Okay, hello there guys. I am going to show you how to remove a Ford Fusion 04, that's 04 plate, Ford Fusion 2 bumper, front bumper. As you can see, mine is pretty messed up with this whole crack here. So I decided to buy a second-hand bumper and I thought, why don't I just replace it myself, hey? So that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. It's actually not that much of a hard job. And it'll probably take you about an hour if you watch this video first, or you have it on side with you. Altogether, probably about an hour. Okay, these are the tools you'll need to complete the job. Got my trusty drill. I'll show you all the bits and stuff in a second for which bolts or screws you'll need to take off. You'll need a can of WD-40 to spray those rusty bolts because they've been in there a long time. Crosshead. One of these socket screwdrivers, and actually a smaller socket screwdriver will help you quite a lot in this as well. So yeah, I've got both of them. And then to go along with that, a socket wrench, obviously, a small flathead, I'll show you what that's for later, an extension, and I think that's probably it for those. You will be using a 10mm socket for the whole duration of the removal process. You will need a small one of these star ones, which I think is a 20. Oh, I can't get that off with one hand. Let me just give that a go, hang on. Yeah, so that's a T20 for that. So you'll need that. That is very useful. You'll need obviously your crosshead screw as well, bit to go in. I think that's it for tools. Right, so the first thing you've got to do is remove, on the inside of the wheel arch there is a bolt that you'll need to remove, and that one's hidden just behind this recess here, and that's going to be a, let me try and get a better picture. There we go. So you'll need a, that's the T20. That's what that one's for. And obviously it can be quite rusty in there, so you'll need to spray a good amount of WD-40 in there. There's not a lot of space to move, so you'll need to use your socket wrench for that bad boy. Then underneath the wheel arch, you will see that you will need to remove another one over here when that's on there, and that is a normal crosshead screw. So you can use a crosshead screwdriver for that one, or socket wrench, whatever you find easiest. Then what I did was I removed the headlights, which didn't take very long. It's just 3 screws that you take out. So there's your headlight, 1, 2, 3, and those are very easy to take out. They are these bolts, which look a bit daunting, but obviously you can see you can use a flathead for that, or you can use what's already in my drill, and that's just a bigger star shaped bit, and that is a number CRV T27. So that's what you'll need for the actual headlights, and they just literally come out really easily. 3 of those, doesn't take long at all. When you remove the headlight, best thing to do is angle it downwards to get this corner bit out, angle it downwards, and then remove. You'll probably be able to remove it up to there, which is perfect, fine enough to get this out. Might need to spray WD-40 on that to get that out, but you just push on this and remove that, nice and easy, and then the whole headlight comes off. Okay, on the inside you will need to, you will see that there is a bolt that you need to remove from here. Now it's quite tricky to get in there, and that is a number 10 on the socket set. So what I used was my socket to actually loosen the bolt. It was well rusty. Sprayed a good helping of WD-40 on there first, used the socket wrench to loosen that, and then I Tried to use this one, it worked, but it was quite long, and then I resorted to this one, which actually was much better for the job anyway, so that's why I suggested having a shorter one to do that job, because that's in quite a small crevice there. As you can see, this thing is in the way. Also, I found these quite tricky, this one and that one, and underneath here is the actual bolt. Again, a 10 socket, so that you'll need for that. And that's why I suggested use the extender, because that is what I had to use to get under there. So plug that all in and then you're set to go. That's quite a long one, but that actually made it quite nice to get under here and loosen it. I also removed, as you can see, the horn, because that sits just in there, and that was just another number 10. So unscrew that, unplug this cable, which will be plugged onto this terminal, unplug that, unscrew that, take that off. Makes the job a lot easier to actually get your hand in here and start undoing those 2 bolts there. Once you've done that, there's a little clip here that just comes out automatically. You don't even need to worry about that one. Once you've undone that bolt, those 2 bolts, and these 2 bolts here, that one there and that one underneath, then you do the same to the other side. Headlights out, same job. That one was a bit trickier, a bit harder to get that bolt out. It was pretty rusty from all the water that's gone in there, and they've not been undone in however long. So yeah, and then all you need the flathead screwdriver for is to gently pry these under here. You got to push the screwdriver under and gently pry it up. Same here with that one. 3 of those there. There are some underneath as well, but I didn't need to push those in very far for those to pop out. Popped out fairly easily. And now hopefully my bumper is going to just come off. So let's see if we can prop this up against here to see if we can make that happen. See? Not a hard job at all. Took me about an hour and 10 minutes to figure all that out. And then it's just a case of replacing what you need to replace from your new bumper, from your old bumper, sorry, onto your new bumper. You've got to see which parts are better. I don't have the fog lights in my car, the actual setting for the fog lights, so I'm going to remove those fog lights, the actual black panel, and replace it with the ones from my old bumper. Those will slot right in, it looks like, because they're just some screws that hold those in place. So literally take those off and replace them. I think that might be the only salvageable bits, and that little cap as well that I'm going to replace from the new bumper, because that one's a bit damaged. But other than that, it should be a straight swap. The colour looks like it should be quite a good match as well. So yeah, then you do the removal, the process where you put it back on, the same way that you took it off, and put everything back. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to give it a thumbs up and comment on the video.